Welcome back to Survival Everybody, episode 16. On the previous episode, we did some landscaping. Nothing too crazy, but we got a walkway now. We got our yard, of course. Nice little place to chill and grill out on our grill. We will make we're going to do another final house yet before we end the series. So this is like a mid-tier level, if you will. We got Bigfoot watching our door, so no one goes in and steals anything. So on the previous episode, we also went ahead and put in our new garden here. It's great. We did get a pallet off that. We sold it. We made some great money. It was about $17,639 on the previous episode, which is doing us well. And on this episode, we do need to get our fields seeded with canola. Let's check the prices on seeders, and then I think a weeder is more important. But I think the weeders are cheap enough. So this is a 6 meter working width on this guy. And that is 95. Was there another one? 6 meters here for 65. So that's even cheaper. So we'll probably get that, but so that's 6,000. And what can we get for a cedar? So the one we currently have is 1.8 meters. These ain't cheap at all. These are pretty expensive. So it looks like we would have to use a mod one here at 4 meters, or there's a 3 meter here too. 70 horse and 90 horse. Our tractor is what? 75. It would maybe get by on the 4 meter for horsepower, but I think we'll play it safe and go with the 3 meter. That's still a game changer compared to what we have there. So I think we'll do that. We'll have to sell what we have. What do we got here? So we got extension. Ooh, extension will add, so we don't have to fill up so much. Maybe we shouldn't put the extension on. We can always put it on later. We could save a few bucks. Again, it ain't terrible. And it ain't that far to like fill up anyway. Alright, so 13 grand for that. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll make our job a little bit easier. And then we'll probably also go ahead and buy the weeder, but I think we'll get everything seeded first. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, unfortunately, we can't put a weight on the front. It looks like you should be able to, but we can't with this. We can put a lift, arm lift. But that's not needed. We got our skid steer. Actually, how heavy was this without the extension? That's what I should have looked at. So it doesn't even change the weight on it at all, actually. If we actually need the extension on, we can add it later. I hope it is able to hold it, though. It's a little bit... Let's see what happens once we put the seeds in there. So with my excitement about getting the new seeder, I totally forgot to bring the old one down and sell that. I was way too excited. We'll probably have to take the seed out of it. Gotta climb up our big pile here of our barley to get at it. Yeah, there ain't a whole lot in there. 16 liters, but it's something. So we'll just dump that out. Ooh, a nice tote. Alright, let's run down and see what this is worth. Alright. How much are we gonna get? Not a whole lot. 666. Let's go ahead and repair it. And repaint it as well. So 865. Not a lot at all, but it didn't cost us that much either. And it's been good. It got us along this far, so we got to appreciate it for what it was. Actually, while we're down here, let's go ahead and buy that weeder right away. I almost kind of don't like to do it in case one comes up in the sales, but the chances of that are very slim. And we'll go with the 6 meter. But we also have to sell the weeder too. But I suppose we could do that later. No customization options. Let's just buy it as is. And we'll save ourselves... Well, I guess we won't save a trip because we, like I said, we got to sell the other one anyway. But it's exciting. 2 more implements to the farm. Bigger, expanding. And we still got some money in the bank. Alright, so I think we'll set this out here. Ooh, look at that. The cedar's moving. Are we in proximity and it's getting scared? I'll grab the old weeder so we know to sell it. I've been very impressed with that cultivator. It'd be nice to get a bigger plow for them when we do bigger fields, but again, that's only like a one-time deal, so it's not the biggest issue. Alright. Let's get this baby filled up. 16 liters, and we got a couple bags yet in here, a bag and a half. Probably gonna hold quite a bit too here. There's one bag. 600 liters, a little bit extra yet. So we want to do canola. We have scheduled. I think we gotta unfold it. Yes. Oh no, that's the bar is for storage, I think. So we should be able to... Oh yeah, we gotta turn it on. I thought it might have been passive, but... Let's check a few things. Excellent. It's looking good. The rolling. I don't know if we should buy a roller and start doing that. A little bit of extra busy work. Maybe with the proper horsepower would be a little bit better. I'm hoping our seed lasts, because it seems like our old cedar, it would last quite a while. But I'm worried about this one, if it might eat up more. And doesn't look too bad, I guess. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Alright, that was a little bit better. Would have been nice if the working width was just a tad bit bigger, but I ain't gonna complain because a lot better than what we had. Let's see if we have any room for this in our shed. So that's another issue as we start to progress and things get bigger. We start losing size here for... Ooh, yeah, it's quite big. Somewhere in here I think will be fine. Like I said, eventually we'll probably have to get another shed built. All that good stuff. So I believe that was it for today. So we can advance to the next day. We're gonna have to get things weeded right away. Unless something amazing comes up in the sales that we gotta jump on. How's our chickens looking? Very good. Both our greenhouses are producing. We also have soybeans that need to sell in June, so we got to keep an eye on our calendar up there. Probably actually do that in this episode after we get our weeds taken care of, I think. All right, let's go ahead and take a nap and continue on. Nice, 1518 property income from our wind turbine, windmill, whatever you want to call it. Excellent. Yes, we got a lot of weeds here. We got to take care of those. Let's check the sales this morning. And there's actually a weeder on sale. See, we would have been better off waiting and we would have saved a few bucks. Actually, the working width on that is 9 meters. 9 meters. Should we get that? It's got a 90 horsepower requirement. I know we just bought the one we have, but we could even sell that for 5,199. I wish I would have waited to buy that. The one time I thought, oh, it's not going to come up, and then it comes up. This is a seeder too, according to this. This seeds and weeds. Was this part of the DLC? I don't remember that ever being in the game. It's regularly 18,000. Oh man, I think we might have to jump on that. Let's God, if it seeds and weeds and that does it at the same time, that would save us a step, like huge. That would save so much time. But since we bought this, let's at least plop it down, and I suppose we could do the small field with it and at least give it a shot. But I think that's a no-brainer, especially this is a 6 meter working with, that would be a 9. And then it also seeds too, that's crazy. I mean, even this working with here is pretty good. But like I said, if we could get that other one and do 9, and then it'll seed next time. Wow, that would be insane. Yeah, this weeder's not bad at all. It's taken us no time flat to get this done. I think what I'll end up doing is we can't pass that sail up. I mean, let's be honest. That'd be foolish to pass that up. But I think we'll keep this over here just in case you have to seed and weed at the same... I don't know if that makes any sense, but if it doesn't let the weed happen now that we already seeded... I'm not absolutely sure how that machine works. I've never used it. It's actually, like I said, I'm surprised to see it. So we'll leave this guy here for now. We'll take the old weeder down, get that sold because it's been sitting here rotting in our yard. And then we'll head on down, grab that. We'll see how it works on this field over here. Can't be worth too much. 623. Let's go ahead and repaint it. Doesn't even need to be repaired. 709. Let's sell that. Yes. Back to the sales now. This is insane. Like I said, that you can seed with this and weed. It just seems way too good to be true. But 9 meters, that's way too good to pass up. I had to look at it twice. All right, 6,511. We'll buy it. Yes. It's a great deal. It's probably, was it a little overpowered, I think? Yeah, it would like 90 horse according to that, but like I said, there might be some give. Hopefully it's not too heavy. Looks like it'll be alright. Alright, let's head home and see if this will work. So as I'm driving back to the homestead, I'm looking at the seeds that this guy can do. We only can do grass, oilseed radish, or canola. That is it. So we have to keep our seeder. It's a little unfortunate, but if we decide to do canola, that'll save us time. Again, the weeder on this would be great. My question is, we obviously shouldn't be turning it on if we just use it as a weeder. We'll find out real quick here if we can just use it as a weeder. Because we wouldn't want it to burn any seed up as we weed over another crop. Yeah, there's a few questions here to see how this works. We'll figure it out as we get back to the homestead. Alright, so first things first. Let's see how this works. On folder. 9 is better than 6, so it would save us a lot more time on weeding, which would be great. There's another question, is if it would work on other crops besides these. Let's drop it, see if it works. Alright, excellent, it does work for a weeder. Another question. Let's fill it up with a little bit of seed and just make sure that it's not going to use seed when we're not planting. It shouldn't, because I suppose that would only happen if we turn the PTO on. But you just never know. Alright, let's put a little in. That's good. Just a little bit. Maybe it'd be worth it to do oilseed radish then at some point for fertilization. Although our fertilization is what... It's decent. It's half. We could use a little bit more. Alright. And then we'll see if our seeder goes... It shouldn't, obviously, because... 86. The only issue, it looks like it's working pretty good. The only issue I want to know is if we were to use this as a weeder on another crop that is not, because remember canola is one of the supported crop types in this implement. So if we were to like use that as a weeder on like barley that's not supported, would the weeder still work? Theoretically it should. It looks like it should. But I would hate to sell our weeder until we know that for sure. So what I think I might do is just hold on to the weeder we have. And then we can try it later. And if it works, then we'll sell that one and stick to this one. Another thing I was thinking about as I'm wrapping up here, this working with was amazing, by the way. It was definitely the one thing that we needed a bigger working with on was the weeder. If we put this on a worker down the road, they would probably turn on and start seeding again. I would have to make that assumption. I suppose you could always empty it with seed before you start them. There's, like I said, there's a lot of questions with this implement that we would have to go through and figure out. Yeah, we'll just save that weeder, I think, until we make sure that this is gonna suffice. It should. But I don't want to jump the gun and then have to end up scrambling. Let's push this back a little bit so we got more room. So we don't have to make the mistake of having to buy another one. Which we shouldn't. I said that like it should work, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Excellent, though. I've never let this piece of equipment blows my mind, to say the least. All right, let's check up on things here. Doing good. Like I said, we could use that piece of equipment and do the oilseed radish and get more of a yield bonus. That might be something that oilseed radish doesn't take that much seed, and with that working with, wouldn't take that long at all to plant it either. Okay, so I think what we're ready to do is we're going to advance probably all the way until June. And then we'll be able to sell our soybeans for a nice little price. This is going to be in the way now. We'll just slide her back here. We'll keep an eye on the sales on the way through. But otherwise we should be smooth sailing, I think. Ooh, look at that. Property income 2,037. That was a really good month for some passive income. It's like our canola's slowly but surely getting ready. Still got a little ways to go on that. Our crops are coming up nicely here. Chickens have produced massively. They probably actually need to be fed. They do. We could top up the water as well. Soybeans are ready to sell. Highest price, Railroad Silo North. Let's tag that. The price is still going up, so we'll just wait a little bit. But we'll feed the chickens and then get our water topped up since that needs to get done. Another thing we need to think about is getting a silo at some point and where that's going to go. Might save that for the next episode. Because we actually won't need it like terribly soon. Gonna actually go quite a while before we need it. I'd like to give a massive shout out to the audience for suggesting building another greenhouse, because I think that's gonna actually be a major game changer for us on this playthrough. Again, I was a little on the fence about doing it because I don't want to get too crazy with all these pallets, but I think it's gonna be quite a nice accelerant, if you will, to the playthrough. Alright, that's taken care of. Let's get the chickens topped up, and then we can get our soybeans on down to the sale. Shed is getting fuller and fuller. We're outgrowing it already, which may be good or bad, whichever way you look at it, but... Oh, can we sneak by that tractor? It's too far and it's too close. I think what I might try to do as we do our soybean sales, we'll put it in the back of the pickup. Oh, this is heavy. It's very heavy. I almost kind of wish the scoop on this was smaller, not so wide, because it really can't handle it. It's like oversized for it. At least that's what it seems like. Here we go, chickens! Top you up. There we go. Should be good for a while. It seems like we're going down on our barley quite fast here too. So we might have to start thinking about doing, well, we might get another good year out of it yet. We'll just set that there, I think. So one thing I want to try, we do have a little bit of soybeans in the combine here. I would like to see if this would fit in the bed of our truck. We never figured that out yet, if that would work. It seems like it should, but I'm not absolutely sure if it will or not. And then we can put the trailer on here and run both down. Although I think this struggled last time we ran a little bit of grain in a trailer on the truck. It's popped in the air a lot on us. Will this work or not? Don't look like it. So that's fine. What we'll do is we'll grab the tractor and then we'll run that down on the wagon. And then we'll just come back for another load, I guess. guess one thing that's nice about the train not running is we don't have to worry about it hitting us while we're dumping on the tracks, although we could dump it right here too. Alright, second load. What do we get? 5,000. So we got about roughly, well, let's just see what the whole total is. 15,423. Not bad for a good harvest there. So what? There wasn't anything in the sales. Nope. There's that sprayer, but we weren't going to go that direction. Alright, let's head back home. And we'll see what's left to do. Oh, we could leave the trailer outside here next to our truck. We're kind of getting a little bit low on space. So maybe I should just leave this hooked on the tractor. Because we're probably going to start picking our canola before too long. Because I believe that takes care of everything that we had kind of scheduled here. Canola's looking good over here. Yeah, we might actually consider using that oilseed radish. I think we can get a little bit more fertilization state with that. Such a handy tool. Again, I'm so impressed with that. Let's go ahead and advance. Alright, we made it all the way to October. It is raining. I wonder if it's going to let up on us a little bit. I think we actually need to feed our chickens. Yeah, they're low again, so we'll take care of those guys. In the sales, there is a planter here. 70 horse. Yeah, that's a planter. We could do... Well, the problem with doing... We can't do sunflowers because we need a different header. And I don't think another header is going to work with the combine we have. Let's check. We do need to eventually upgrade this combine. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So that wouldn't be a smart move. So there's nothing else of use there. Let's take care of the chickens. We might actually have to fast forward a little bit. When does the rain get done? It's like about 9 a.m. So let's go ahead and step up the time just a bit. And while that's going, we can go ahead and top the chickens up. I think what we'll do is we'll take care of... That's so heavy. This is crazy. There we go. It's insane. Yeah, what I think we'll do today is we'll just do our small field, get that harvested in the next episode. We'll tackle the big one. We should probably actually look at buying a silo, I think. I think the time has come. And then we can easily look at prices. And when all that will be good to go, instead of trying to manually look all the time. But that also means we'll be able to get back to doing separate crops in our fields again. So it doesn't get too boring doing the same thing over and over. Get a little variety, that would be great. Alright, let's fire up the bison here. Make our way to our back field. Let's see, did the rain quit? I think the rain did quit. Alright, let's slow her back down. Want to make sure we get our maximum harvest here. I bet this will have to be limed the next round. I would totally take that guess. Oh, it still doesn't say that. Maybe after we cultivate it, it would probably say that. But yeah, we could probably maybe put down some oilseed radish next. And get that little extra bonus of fertilizer now that we can actually do it. With our new weeder/seeder hybrid. shut that noisy thing off. Alright, we got her whacked out here. The back 40 is done. We will go ahead and tackle that other field on the next episode. And like I said, I think on the next episode we'll also look at getting a silo put in somewhere. Maybe right next to that wind turbine. We'll have to look and see what a good spot would be for that. I think the one we were looking at was probably 10 grand. Can easily afford that now. Shut the lights off there. Alright, so we'll leave it there for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you in the next one.